Hi again, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Peacocks on the Prowl, presented by Mona's Fire Pit. Zach Carlisle here with you, and we're going to talk Peacock volleyball today. Team receiving votes in the top 25 for the millionth straight week, it feels like. This team on a roll this year. And for that, we're pleased to be joined by senior Ashley Larson. And Ashley, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's start with that. You guys have done something that this program's never seen. The most wins in program history, the most successful season so far. First of all, congratulations on that this season. But for some reason, this team's right and still not there yet in that top 25 votes. Right now, the de facto number 27 team in the country. Has that been something that's been on your guys' mind at all this season as it's gone along?
Honestly, I really don't think it has. I really don't think it's been on our minds. There's been a little edge to get there just because of the receiving votes. And yeah, we want to beat those big teams since we have so many ranked in our conference. But I really don't think it's really been anything in the back of our minds. But it is definitely motivation once we're so close and taking sets from ranked teams, and we're just right there. And we just want to get over that hump. So yeah.
Last weekend, some of those big wins you talked about, over receiving votes, Sioux Falls took care of them 3-0, and then against one of the top teams in the country, Southwest Minnesota State, took that opening set, eventually fell 3-1, but earned the split over the weekend. How did you feel about the way you guys played this last weekend at home?
Sioux Falls, I think we played our best match. We came out really strong, especially I think we knew that we were both kind of on that edge of the top 25, and we really wanted to, that was a big game for us, and we knew we needed it in order to get closer to that top 8 in the conference. And yeah, taking them 3-0, I think definitely built momentum for Saturday, and we came out strong that first set against number 2, and just couldn't finish, but I think we're right there.
Yeah, now Southwest moves up to number 1 in the country again, and you've played them, you've played Concordia, you've played Winona, the list goes on in this conference. You've done this for a few years now. It's your 3rd year as a Peacock. What's it like playing in this conference, grind after grind after grind against some of these top teams?
It's definitely a lot of fun. Having so many teams ranked in our conference, going into each game, it's like who's going to upset who, and it's just a lot of fun. You never know who's going to beat who on any given night. It's good. It's fun to work towards. It's just a lot of fun.
Well, one of the things that you accomplished in just your 3rd year here at Upright, you got your 1,000th dig as a Peacock, and that came over the weekend against Southwest Minnesota State. It might not mean much to you, but what does that mean? What does that mean to you to be able to do that in just your 3rd year, but to have that honor on Saturday?
It's definitely a humbling honor. I never really look at stats much. I don't even know if 1,000 digs is good or not. So, it's definitely awesome to get there in 3 years, but a lot goes into it, and it is an awesome achievement to know that my hard work has paid off here.
You know, sometimes offense, it might not always be there in a match, but it seems like when that happens, you can turn to the defense to keep you in it and give you a chance to win it. How much pride do you guys take in playing solid defense, working into that transition game? How much pride do you guys take in that back line and playing well defensively?
Pretty much a lot of pride, yeah. Having 3 DSs playing too helps, I think, our defense, and it's a lot of fun. And I think our swing blocking, that's a huge thing on defense. Our blocking has been huge. And it's just, like you said, knowing, like, if we can't put a ball down, knowing that we can just dig in and get it back on defense and give it another try, then I think that gives us more confidence that way.
So this weekend you go on the road, and then you come back home for senior weekend in a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden the regular season, not as much left of it anymore. But what are some of the things you're looking forward to as you get down to the rest of the year and as you fight for that conference tournament spot?
Definitely just the grind. This last big stretch is huge for us, especially this weekend in Winona next Tuesday. And then senior weekend I just can't believe it's already here. The grind and just excited for the outcome to see if we can pull off that top 8 spot in the conference for the first time.
And you mentioned on the road at Augie, at Wayne, Winona the following Tuesday. To be successful against those 3 ranked teams, what are some of the things you guys feel like you have to do in order to go pick up a couple of wins here this weekend?
Definitely just play point for point and outwork them on the road at third place, which I think is going to be hard, but knowing that we're 6-1 on the road, and I think we're playing our best game on the road, it's exciting, and I'm excited for it. I think we can definitely pull it off.
You mentioned how good you guys have been on the road this year, 6-1 as you mentioned. That's not easy to do, especially with some of the long trips in this conference. Has there been some kind of secret sauce or something to that effect? How have you guys been able to be so confident and do so well on the road?
I think we're a little more easygoing on the road. I think we kind of don't have as many nerves, I feel like. Our bench is definitely more exciting on the road, I feel like. They don't, I don't know, they got so many cheers up their sleeve, you just don't know what they're going to pull out, and it's a lot of fun. They bring a lot of excitement and fun to the game, and yeah, I think just going on the road, we just have that bigger push to beat someone on their court.
Well, Ashley, it's been a lot of fun watching you, not just this year, but the last 3 years, and best of luck the rest of the way, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks again for having me.
Ashley Larson with us as Peacock Volleyball heads on the road this weekend at Wayne State, at Augustana. Next Tuesday, they're at Winona State, and then they're back home for UMary and Minot State for senior weekend. Well, that's going to do it for us. I'm Zach Carlisle. We'll talk to you next week on Peacocks on the Prowl, presented by Mona's Fire Pit.